I have just arrived in Siem Reap in Cambodia with my dad. He has just gone for a drink, but I wanted to show you what my room was like. And then I also want to bring you along for my trip. This is my dad's first time in Siem Reap, and it's going to be my first time going to Angkor Wat. So even though I have lived here twice now in Cambodia, I've never ever been to Angkor Wat. So I'm super excited. We've also got loads of fun other activities planned. So I'm going to bring you along for basically our whole dad-daughter trip in Siem Reap, Cambodia. But as I said, I've just checked in to my hotel, so let me show you around. We based ourselves at Happy Resort in Siem Reap, tucked just outside of the main city centre. This place felt like a complete hidden oasis, and it was perfect for relaxing after a long day exploring the temples. All of the staff were lovely, the rooms were spotless, and the breakfast was delicious. Breakfast was actually included in our stay, and when we had to leave for the temples at 4:30 a.m, they even made us up a little breakfast box to take with us. We actually arrived in Siem Reap in the middle of the afternoon, but we didn't want to waste the day, so after grabbing some lunch, we decided to start our trip with something really unique. This is APOPO Hero Rats. These giant African rats are trained to detect landmines that still remain from Cambodia's civil war. Learning how they train the rats and watching the rats sniff out the metal fragments was really cool. And if you're up for it, you also get to give the rats a little cuddle at the end. Then a little bit later on in the evening, we went to Pub Street for dinner, and I can definitely see why this is such a hotspot for all the travellers and backpackers. We ended up going to Meza, which is one of my favourite restaurants in Phnom Penh. I mean, just look at this presentation, and the taste does not disappoint either. However, we decided to have an early night because we would be getting up at 4 a.m. the next morning to go and see Angkor Wat. We just got to Angkor Wat about an hour ago for the sunset. Unfortunately, there was not very much of a sunset. I think it was just too cloudy, but that's fine. It's still absolutely gorgeous. So we're just currently exploring, and then we're going to go to some of the other temples when we're finished here. I do feel like whatever videos and photos I'm taking are just truly not doing this place justice. This is my first time here, and I've lived in Cambodia twice now, and it is honestly stunning. We had set out for the morning hoping that we would get a picture perfect Angkor Wat sunrise that you see on the postcards, but those clouds had other plans. But if I'm being truthful, it really didn't matter, and it was still worth getting up early for. We then spent the rest of the day exploring the surrounding temples, including Bayon and Prohm, which you'll probably know from Tomb Raider. And then we also went to a few smaller ones that seemed like not many tourists were going to, and each one truly felt like we were stepping back in time. If you're planning a visit to Siem Reap and you want to see the temples, I'd really recommend hiring a tuk-tuk driver for the day. It's really inexpensive, and they know all the best routes and hidden spots to avoid the crowds. Honestly, apart from at the main Angkor Wat temple, we hardly saw anybody.
She moves like a map with no borders, a whisper caught in the wind. I see her boots at the corner cafe with a notebook and a grin. She's chasing skies I've never named while I stay in my lane. But something in the way she moves keeps pulling at my chain. Oh, traveler, you carry the sun in your stride, leaving behind what I hold inside. If I don't ask your name today, I may never get the chance to walk beside you.
Later that evening, we decided to head to a few of the markets, but by far my favourite market was the Made in Cambodia market. As the name suggests, everything here has been made by local artisans. So that was a lovely way to end the day and support some local craft work at the same time.
She moves like a map with no borders, a whisper caught in the wind. I see her boots at the corner cafe.
Day 3 was definitely heavier but incredibly meaningful. Some of the things here I didn't actually film because it felt inappropriate, but I will tell you everything that we did. We started at the Landmine Museum, which was created by a former child soldier, and he's now dedicated his life to clearing Cambodia's landmines. It really gave us a lot of context into what this country has actually been through. We also visited the killing fields of Siem Reap, the War Museum and the National Museum. Each in their own way were helping you to understand Cambodia's resilience and kindness of its people. By this point, my dad and I had spent 3 full days together after a whole year apart, and it was just really nice to have that one-on-one time. Travelling with a parent as an adult definitely hits differently. On our last morning before heading back to Phnom Penh, we decided to visit Artisans Angkor. This is a social enterprise that trains young Cambodians in traditional crafts. You can actually walk through the workshop and watch them carve wood, paint, and create everything by hand. It was a really lovely way to end the trip. 4 days absolutely flew by, but this trip was everything I'd hoped it would be. It was so much fun travelling with my dad after such a long time apart, and I can't wait to share more of our trip with you. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, make sure you drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.